jab, 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 keep going, jab, jab.
I'm out of frame.
That's what it looked like. That's what a little bit what it looked like when Cotto fought Daniel Geale over the weekend. Cotto wins by TKO.
Not knockout.
Not knockout, but Daniel Geale did get up, and after about 5-6 count from the ref, he looked over at him after whispering in his ear, obviously something along the lines of, can you continue? Because that's what the ref has to ask. Basically gave a...
Get me the fuck out of here. It's like, I told you this before,
He gave a totally, I have to throw in the towel, I'm waiting for the B-roll to end because I want them to come back to me on this one, because he looks at him and he goes like this, he goes...
Yeah, I talked to you about this before. It's like when you scratch your knee as a kid and you try to put on that tough guy face, and then your mum takes you aside and goes, "Are you okay, honey?" And you're like, "No."
I don't want to discredit Daniel Geale too much because Miguel Cotto has transformed the way he fights.
Yeah.
Or I shouldn't say transformed. He has revised the way he fights. A lot probably because of Freddie Roach as his trainer. A lot of jab combos and a lot of good hook shots.
A lot of body shots. You see how much he worked.
Well, right, and he'll go low to the body to set up, which did look a little sloppy, a little choppy with the overhand rights, but when he connected with the overhand left, nailed him on the jaw, knocked him down, and that was in the 4th round, we could tell from that point Geale was not making it through this fight.
The thing about Geale is what he has to do, which many people have talked about in his boxing stance before, is he has to keep his hands up. But how much and protect his face, but how much Cotto was hitting his body. He was actually protecting his right rib cage with his arm down, and it left his jaw open so much, which you're going to get to, of course, which he knocked him one clean. It wasn't as much over state lines. But
well, he also got in the 2nd round a very, I'm sorry, in the 1st round. Nope, 2nd round, I'm right. 2 jabs that pushed him right back into the ropes. They were beautifully placed jabs. Cotto, some numbers for you. 50% of his power punches landed, about 17 out of 34, which is a good number to land. Obviously had a huge toll on his body because about 12 of them were to the body. 37% punches land for Cotto, only 26% for Daniel Geale. So obviously not enough. Miguel Cotto continues to impress because he's not old. He's 34. And especially in our generation of boxing, it takes a while for these fighters to build up their resumes, and it seems like more often than not. I mean, look at Mayweather. Mayweather's getting up there too. And of course, he's at the end of his career. But what is the meaning of all this boxing and analysis aside? It's setting up a mega fight. It's setting up a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto said afterwards, if that's what the fans want, that's what we're going to give them. Smart move, Miguel.
Well, it's a rare answer that we get in boxing, because on one side, for me in the UK, I've got Amir Khan wanting to fight I want Kell Brook to fight Amir Khan, but Amir Khan doesn't want to. We waited so long for Maypac to happen. It finally did, but most often than not, you're waiting for that fight that you want to happen. You get someone like Cotto who's like, you know what? You guys are the fans. You drive the content. If you want a fight, I'm going to give you this fight.
Against Canelo, Canelo opens up a lot.
Yeah, he does. Because both, I mean, I love watching Canelo, right? And for me, it's going to be one of the most entertaining fights. And there's a reason why Cotto doesn't want to fight GGG. Not as much doesn't want to, but he wants to fight Canelo.
Nobody wants to fight GGG.
Exactly. No one at the moment. Well, De La Hoya does, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But I just think that it's going to be Canelo, as we know, is more of a brawler, which leaves the body shots open, which Cotto's been working on. If you watched a lot of his interviews before, there's a boxing channel. I can't remember it. I'll put it in the description.
Boxing Voice.
Boxing Voice. They had a lot of videos about his. Basically his training with Freddie Roach, and Freddie was talking about how he changed up a lot. He was working the body a lot more, opening up for those power punches to land clean, which he did on Geale. The thing about Geale is I don't want to give Cotto so much credit, and I don't want to be critical here, but Geale struggled to make weight in this. He struggled to the last minute. I just think he looked ill-propelled. I think he looked ill-propelled.
It was an uphill battle from Geale the second they both stepped into the ring.
The second he threw his first flurry of punches, and he didn't land.
Boxing's a lot of psychological advantage and disadvantage, and it seemed, at least from the second they walked out, Cotto had this fight won. Of course, in retrospect, you look at it, well, yeah, it's a fucking stupid comment because he did win the fight. Again, there's a lot of psychology, a lot of chess that goes into boxing. It's why they call it the sweet science. And again, Cotto came out with that blitz strategy, and that's new. I don't remember Cotto doing that before Austin Trout and Floyd Mayweather. His bad 2012, which he has recovered from. He lost to Mayweather and Trout back-to-back in 2012.
What was
impressive? Thought he was done.
What was impressive was how fresh he looked after, 362 days since his last fight. That's a long time to weigh off, and he looked so fresh. He looked conditioned, and that's what Freddie Roach installs in his boxers. Of course, you've got to be conditioned, and you got to make sure with the jab and the body punches. And as much as we don't need to be boxing experts, we're watching the sport so much more, we're breaking it down, you can tell. you can tell someone comes into the ring, they're prepared. Like, Geale just did not look prepared to me. I don't want to take anything away from him, but it shows that he's lost his last 3 fights.
What's funny, I like comparing scores in the comment section because I score the fights myself based off observation and what I see. And I was dead on for the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight. That's right, I said it. A little bit of Chris Rock quotes there for you. Here was the score for this fight. 10-9 Cotto, 10-9 Cotto, 10-9 Cotto, TKO.
Jason, Stevie Wonder could have scored that.
Stevie Wonder, can we do it?
He could have scored that fight because I just think it was one from the start. Now, what we want to talk about is the future.
Yo, what up, De La Hoya? Yo, congratulations on bringing boxing back to LA, man. We need that, bro. Yo, look, you getting ready, Yo, Oscar, I gotta ask, man. Look, Shane, that's not right. Yo, Shane Mosley said he might wanna step in the ring with you. We heard you on the radio. What do you think, Oscar?
Oh, Shane Mosley.
I mean, you know that's a 3-time person.
Yeah, but I don't want to get beat the 3rd time by Shane Mosley.
What about Roy Jones? Roy Jones said, look, maybe you, Mosley, him, and Hopkins should do like an old.
Y'all must have forgot. Come on, right? You know what? If I ever come back, and I think about it every day, I'll fight Triple G.
I actually was listening to the interview live when it was on PAL 106. Yeah, listen to that radio station. They were listening and they were like, so Oscar, would you like to come back? Who would you like to fight? And he's like, you know, it was an unexpected answer. If I want to come back, I want to fight GGG. You're like, what? You want to come back? You want to come back? You want to fight GGG? It's like one of the most feared boxers at the moment in the world of boxing, and you would want to come back and fight him. Credit to his fearlessness. You're Oscar De La Hoya, the golden boy.
I think it would be a better fight than Holyfield versus Mitt Romney.
I'm surprised it didn't make the title card. I think that would have been a great fight between both of them. Holyfield lands some pretty good jabs on him.
Okay, so we have to wrap this up, but here's the perfect boxing card, right? Here it is for everybody. In September, October, Mayweather versus Amir Khan. Obviously, Mayweather being undefeated, you get the main event. Underneath that, we have Canelo versus Cotto.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And underneath that, we have GGG versus Oscar De La Hoya.
And you know,
and then underneath that, we have George Foreman versus.
And then underneath that, we've got Rocky Balboa versus Ivan Drago Part 2.
I was going to say
that's about as realistic.
Apollo Creed is dead.
Yeah, he's dead in that. That's about as realistic because you know the boxing world, they're going to span them out so they can make as much money off the main title event. Because you know Cotto versus Canelo is going to be a main event. You know that we're waiting for.
It's going to wow, too.
And it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a fight that I can go out on a limb and say that if you're a neutral boxing fan, like many people were, and disappointed with Maypac, this is a fight that if you tune in, you're going to see fireworks. You're going to see a lot of punches thrown.
When we move TYT Sports to Las Vegas for good, we'll be there.
We'll be there to watch it. So what do you guys think? Comment section, let us know. We love to interact with you guys, especially when it comes to boxing. I know there's a lot of passionate boxing fans out there. What do you want to see next from Miguel Cotto? A comfortable win for him against Geale. Leave your comment, subscribe, it's free.